Hello, welcome to Kieran and Gav's Film Club. I'm your host Gav, and you may have noticed yet again we have my very good friend Louise as a guest. Hello, how are you, Louise?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm always good. What can I say? For this episode, we're doing another sort of Louise meets, and this time you're meeting Baby Driver.
Yes.
So last time you were here, you called out Scott Pilgrim's one of your favourite films. So Edgar Wright, who directed Baby Driver, also directed Scott Pilgrim. So hopefully that's a good sign. Have you seen these other films? Have you seen Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz and The World's End?
Yeah, I've actually seen all three, so that's unheard of for me. I've seen films.
Do you like those films? What do you think of those films?
I think they're great, they're so funny, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to this one.
That's really good. So I would say with Baby Driver, it's probably the straightest film he's done. So it's not. So those three films, the kind of the Cornetto and Blood trilogy, are out and out comedies. Obviously, Scott Pilgrim was kind of a comic book musical kind of thing. Again, it had a lot of humour in. There is some humour in Baby Driver, but it's not as overt as a lot of the other things he's done. What I will say, look out for, without giving too much away, what happens in the film. The music's fantastic. So I think Edgar Wright is kind of a bit like Tarantino in his use of music, and there's bits of the film where it's like, is this music on the soundtrack, or is this music that the characters can hear? So if you think of something like, there's a scene in, I think, The World's End, where they're walking down the street to the Doors to Whiskey Bar, and it's that kind of like, there's a lot of bits like that in Baby Driver. What do you know about Baby Driver anyway? So you've not seen it. What do you know about the film?
I don't know a lot about the plot other than that he's a getaway driver with a baby face, great soundtrack. That's it.
That's pretty much all you need to know.
Okay.
I think the only thing I will also look out for is similar to something like Hot Fuzz. What I really took out when I saw Baby Driver was you can really see what films influence Edgar Wright. That's what I really like about him. You can see that he loves films, and you can see what films he's kind of cribbed ideas from. And we'll talk a little bit about that after we've watched it. So I'm sure I don't want to ruin it too much for you. I think we should stick it on. I keep kind of looking behind the camera. That's because that's where the TV is. Just to give you an idea, viewers, of how the room's set up. I think what we should do is we should stop this chat and we shall watch Baby Driver. For us, this is going to seem like about a couple of hours because that's about how long the film is. For you guys, it's going to seem a matter of moments, and then you will see what Louise makes of her first viewing of Baby Driver. So stick around. Welcome back. So yes, we have just watched Baby Driver. Louise, you watched Baby Driver for the first time. What did you think to Baby Driver?
I thought it's great. It's a lot of fun.
What I can sense here is there's a book coming, and it's a perfectly acceptable book because I have a couple of issues with it.
It's not a film that I'd want to rewatch over and over. You said it's not a comedy, but there's a lot of funny things in it, things that made me smile. Yep. I think it's really well put together, but like plot wise, take the music out.
Yeah, so I have to admit, I was so worried about watching this. I went to the cinema series last year. I absolutely loved it. It's just been nominated for 3 Oscars. I think in editing, sound editing, and another sound sort of category. I can definitely see why it's been doing that. Because, like you say, the music is brilliant. It plays really well into the film. But yeah, like you say, the plot is wafer thin.
Yes.
What I liked is when we first finished watching it, you said that you kind of thought that the main character Baby didn't really have any personality, but you liked him anyway. And I love that line because it's so perfectly true.
Like he has good taste in music, and that's about all we know about him as a person. I love his foster dad. He's my favourite character probably, and other than that, the girl makes no sense to me. It's like, you've known him for 3 days, what are you doing? Stop it.
So are you saying if you met someone after 3 days you wouldn't wait around for 5 years for them to come out of prison?
No, I don't think I'd be their getaway driver and try to stand up to the police for them. No.
I think that Edgar Wright, and I love Edgar Wright, I adored Spaced. I thought it's one of my favourite TV shows. The 4 films we talked about before, I loved them all. They're all fantastic. Even though The World's End's a bit iffy. I think Edgar Wright, he's not great at writing female characters. You know, if you think back to all those films, you know, the female characters, you know, probably the strongest female character in any Edgar Wright film is probably Ramona Flowers,
And that's not his character.
and that wasn't a character he wrote.
No.
So I think he's and the other issue I have with this film actually, and I liked it, I enjoyed it, and like I said, I think the plot's a bit thin. It's slight style over substance.
Yeah.
But the issue I have from a filmic perspective is that first car chase is too good. It's almost kind of like they've gone too big too early.
Yeah.
I think if you have a film with car chases in, you don't put your best car chase at the front. You put a great car chase at the front, but then you want to have a better car chase later. I think slightly problem with this film is that opening car chase, in my opinion, is one of the best car chases I can think of in films. You've got kind of that, you've got the one in Bullet, you've got the one in French Connection, and this is up there with those kind of amazing car chases. And then the car chases later on are good and they're brilliantly choreographed, but they're just not quite as great as that opening car chase.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that one. Don't put your best car chase first.
But yeah, I think you're kind of right. I think this is not going to be a film that ITV2 are going to be showing every fortnight for the rest of time like they do with Hot Fuzz.
No. But there are bits I love. Like I loved after the credits, there's like a really long, like continuous shot where he's walking down the street and it's just all the graffiti matches up with the song.
Yeah.
And everything's in time, and all the like percussion gunfights are great, but it's not like plot wise. No.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the use of music is almost perfect. Those bits where the action just perfectly syncs up with the music's fantastic. I also like a couple of other things. I think I talked a bit before about the fact that you can really see the films that Edgar Wright likes. So this for me reminded me a lot of Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs. Sorry, get my Quentin Tarantino mixed up. Really a lot of Reservoir Dogs. So Reservoir Dogs is another heist film where you don't see the heist, and in there's three heists in this film. You don't actually see.
I was going to say it just sort of skips over a lot of the action.
It's all about the escape, so you don't actually really see the guys with the guns actually getting the money out, and also the fact that everyone in the group has a code name, which again is kind of lifted from Reservoir Dogs, and also the other film to remind me a lot of is a Michael Mann film called Heat. There's a shootout at the end of Baby Driver that's very, very similar to the shootout in Heat, and I kind of love that. I love that when you kind of see these little connections between other things. But yeah, you're right. It's a good film. It looks fantastic. It sounds incredible. Oh my word, it sounds incredible. But yeah, it's just a little bit. It's a little bit thin. It's a little bit insubstantial.
Yeah. It's just fun, and then that's about it.
And what did you think to the end? So there's the bit where she's sort of driving away. Deborah's they're driving away, and you think, oh, they're going to escape, and then they get caught by the police. Did you think that was a case of that was something you wanted to see? You wanted to see him get some sort of comeuppance because we've seen him be, he's a bad guy, he's a criminal, or would you have rather them actually just drove off into the sunset and escaped?
No, I think I prefer the ending where he gets caught. I was going to say it's more realistic, but there's not a lot that's realistic about that. Yeah, no, I preferred that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, so what do you guys think of Baby Driver? Like I say, it's been nominated for 3 Oscars. If it doesn't win at least one of the ones in the sort of the sound category, I'll be surprised. I'll be a little bit disappointed. It deserves to definitely win something for that. What do you think of the film? Is it all sizzle, no steak? Please let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching. And Louise will be back soon. Well, we'll be forcing her to watch another film. In a Clockwork Orange style, because that's how we do it. We keep our eyes open and we force her to watch the film. So Louise will be back soon, and thank you very much for watching, and take care.